Hi all, welcome to my channel. This is the T-72 tank. Build and drive the radio control model. I have a couple of co-hosts tonight. Let's pick the first one.
Good evening, everybody, and thanks for joining Adrian tonight. And wow, what a build this is going to be! It's going to be epic.
Now I'm going to ask you one or two.
Oh, let's go one.
One.
Evening, everybody.
And my final host tonight.
Evening, everybody. Hope we're all well. Just a heads up, I'm actually building this on my channel as well, but I don't do live builds. But Adrian will get ahead of me because I'm still getting a monthly subscription, so I'm waiting for mine to come. So as it gets further on, I'll be getting intrigued in what's happening with it.
Yeah, well, I started buying them way back a couple of years ago. Way before I got the bus.
Wow. Well,
so I could practically show you in every issue if we had time, but I won't be, not tonight.
No, wow. I mean, that's going to be brilliant. What a absolute brilliant thing to do, Adrian. The T-72 tank. Of course, it's Russian, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a massive tank in its heyday, wasn't it?
Yes.
And full of armor, of course, which obviously most tanks are. And this one's going to be remote control, so obviously that adds an extra element to all the builds that we normally do, doesn't it?
Yes.
Because obviously, you know, we're known for Build the Rope Master and various other things, and some of them are not remote control, but this is absolutely and utterly remote control. So I bet it has lots of functions too when it's finished.
Yes, it will do. Yes.
Yeah.
I built two other vehicles from Model Space remote control. The Red Bull Racer and the Hummer, and the quality is absolutely spot on. It really is, and the instructions are easy to follow as well, which is good.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm aware, this tank it has realistic sounds.
Oh wow.
Do you know on model railways, Dave, when they used live steam?
Yes.
Yep. Well, this has got it in, so when you fire the cannon, a little bit of smoke comes out as well.
Wow.
So it's something I've never seen before.
Yeah, brilliant. That absolutely brilliant.
Yes, it'll be something I have to test out later. So
yeah, that's great. Yeah. So who's going to build tonight then?
I'm building it. I'm going to use the instructions.
Right. We've got two on the chat. We've got two on the chat. I'll look after the chat for you.
Okay.
Okay.
We've got two on the chat at the moment. P40F20. Hi all.
Hi P40F20.
Hi P40F20.
Now I hope I can pronounce this right. Verwin.
Verwin, yeah. Hi Verwin.
Hi Verwin. So what I'll do is, if I see anything that's going to help Adrian, or any tips, or if I see any little things he might be doing wrong, I'll let him know. I can only do that up until issue 7.
Yeah.
So that's as far as I've got.
Yeah. Okay. And I'll just keep an eye on things in general.
Okay. I need to click onto.
I will say though, the outside of this model is all metal.
Wow.
All metal.
That's brilliant. I bet it weighs quite a bit then.
You reckon so?
I thought it would have been remote control. I thought it would have been plastic for weight.
No, because it goes off road. Does this thing?
Does it really? Wow.
Yeah, you can drive it through puddles. You can drive it up hill. You know, If you've got an assault course in your back garden, you can drive it through.
Oh.
So they've got full suspension on their on the trucks.
I think so, yeah.
Guess
Wow.
you would do.
So yeah, it is. I'm surprised not many people are doing this because it is an exceptional thing to do.
Yeah.
And where all the other part works, I think they're £40 a month. This is only £30 a month.
Yeah.
So it's really a good value build.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
And you get all the remote kit with it as well.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, in all model spaces, remote models, you get the remote kit included. The only thing you do have to buy is the batteries.
Yeah.
Well, for the remote control, not for the tank. For the tank, there's the battery for the tank.
Right.
Wow. LiPo battery, is it?
Yeah, it looks like it, yes.
Yeah.
Well, you thought you might need to buy a battery for the tank as well, Mark, did you?
No, just for the remote control units. The receiver and the transmitter you need to buy the batteries for. And they're just double it.
That one thing, but that's the only thing that's actually divided. But for the remote control R2D2,
yeah,
you had to get batteries yourself.
Yeah, and they weren't the easiest batteries to find.
Yeah, the pricey on
it would be nice if they've had a company which they could do a link to.
Yes.
And that company could have done right. Okay, yes, we'll sell them normally like that, but if you have a code, you could have got them.
Yeah, one company did accept a code, didn't they? That we found.
Yes.
That gave us a percentage off. I think we had to put in R2D2, and then it gave us a percentage off on these specific batteries. I think they must have made a killing over the R2D2 build.
Yes.
So
I've had it built.
It would have been nice if other people had to buy it abroad sort of thing. Whoa.
But the R2D2 batteries, they weren't the batteries you could go to your local shop and buy. They were specialist batteries, and why they went with that kind of power source, I do not know. And then they had to be button top batteries as well. They were a nightmare.
Yeah, I've had the R2 for a year now, and I've still haven't gotten the batteries for it.
Really?
Yeah.
And then you had to buy a battery charger because the battery charger Model Space gave you didn't charge them up very quickly.
I thought once you'd done their charger and batteries, you plugged it in the battery charger.
Yeah, but it's always better. It said because you had to do a wake up procedure on it, where you had to switch it on and then switch it off again. The batteries had to be fully charged before they went into the R2D2 unit.
Oh yeah, so you're going to use that one where you're going to charge one battery up at a time.
Yes.
You find that's why they gave you the charge in issue 92 sort of thing. So at least you could, when you got the batteries, your time, you had at least 8 weeks, like get the batteries, put them on charge. And at least that will tell you but it depends how much voltage, how full at the time the batteries were.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm one of these people, I don't like messing with, especially the amount of money and time we put into the R2D2. I wanted to make sure that them batteries were properly charged before they went in there. And that's why I bought a universal battery charger and charged them up, because I just didn't want things going wrong. And I was seeing multiple things were going wrong with the R2D2.
See, the way I see it, you paid £900 for a model that could at least hide the batteries in with it.
Well,
yeah, there is that to it, I suppose.
Because it's going to cost us £30 for a set of batteries for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ridiculous. We all thought when we were building it that they would send out there'd be a link to the batteries, or you could buy them separately on the Model Space website, but not a thing.
No, they didn't even specify what you could use in it then.
No, we knew not until we got one magazine that said you need to buy these certain batteries, this certain type to go in there. And people tried Googling them. They tried everything. It was so hard to find them.
Yeah.
And that one lad come up with that company where you give the R2D2 thing. I know I'll have to hunt it out so I can. Because the company's probably still running, so I can get the address. So if I can get some batteries.
Yeah, the company's still running because I think I still get emails off them. But if you go onto the R2D2 Facebook group, there should be some links on there on how to get the batteries.
I can give you the link, Dave, because I did the same company.
All right, cheers.
Was it 118 something?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you get the batteries, they're all nicely packaged and everything. Then I can't complain at the company. It's just complaining at Model Space for not sorting the batteries out properly.
Just I want to get them in the one batch, because if you buy batteries in different batches, you don't know what you're getting.
Yeah, they have some of them.
Well, here's the case for them.
Yeah.
And it does say 18830, I think it is.
Is it 18something.com or something?
Yes.
Or co.uk or something like for his address.
Yes, and the type you want was a Samsung 30 or something like that. Brand.
I suppose if I went on a website and got them, and if I was confused, I would just contact them for the R2D2, and they'd probably know straight away because they'll have had thousands.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, here's the first pack. So we were discussing about other things as well at the same time. Right. I'm afraid I cheated. I've already made mine sound nice and easy to open.
Well, that's been nicely prepared, which is good.
At the moment, guys, I'm showing the second page of the instructions, and down here, everyone, it says, warning, not suitable for children under 14.
Yeah.
Even instructions I say in the description of this program, it says not suitable for children under 14.
Yeah.
So anyone watching under 14, please do not comment. You're welcome to watch it. It's your choice, but do not comment against it.
Yeah, and that covers you for the copper rules and everything else.
Yes. Right, Dave. Do you want to read? Have you got this page up for yourself to read off?
I haven't, no.
I thought Mike was doing it.
Have you got it, Dave?
No, I thought Mike was doing it.
Mark?
I've got it. I've got it if you want me to do it.
Right. Okay.
Right. So your parts should be, part one is the turret itself, which is the big round metal thing.
Yes, and that is nicely metal shape.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that she printed it as well.
Yeah.
That's at least one good thing about it, as I would say.
Yeah. Part two is the searchlight.
Yeah, and here we go. And that's generally plastic. You find probably like a small detail, do that in metal, probably it would be harder. It's probably easier to do it in plastic.
Yep. Part three should be the commander's hatch rim.
Yes. with.
Yep, that's it.
There we go.
The part 4 is the commander's hatch.
I'm just getting it out. There we go.
Yep, that's the one.
That's one.
And there should be 3 screws. This is a bit like R2D2. It doesn't tell you which screws, what size they are, or anything like that. So it's
Right,
good old
yes.
best of screws. But you should have 3 of them, and they should be silver.
Silver? I got black.
Yours are black. I see the
Yes.
instructions saying the silver, but no. Yeah, I remember them being black. Okay.
It depends. Yes, it's when probably the pack was created, and probably
Yeah.
I probably got older pack issue 1, and they probably had to change the instructions being silver, or you don't know. Originally, it could have been silver, and of course now manufacturers doing them in black, of course.
Yeah. And the last part you should have is number 6, which is track, treads, and pins, 5 pieces. Now, what I'd recommend, Adrian, is don't get them out the box. Put with a permanent marker on the plastic what issue this came in, and then just put them aside.
Right, yes.
Because we won't be doing the tracks until I think it's 7.
Well, as I've gone through the instructions, it was packs 2.
Right. And that's all the parts for this issue. Right.
That is right.
Right. So, stage 1 says the commander's hatch is supplied semi-assembled and it can be opened and closed.
Yes, I didn't realise that until I was going to look at image 1.
Ah,
That is nice where they've done that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
It's probably down to when they built it and probably clicking it together, and they probably had other people trying doing it. Think, might be easier to do it. We doing it, and
Right.
right.
Stage 2, it says put the rim over the rear of the hatch behind the hinge as shown in the photo.
Well, first, I'm going to get a screwdriver ready. Get a screw ready. Right, there you go. Right, okay, that's the one.
Fantastic.
Just checking. Right, okay, you got 2 pins there. You got to get them in.
Yeah,
Right.
it says align the parts with the other so that they match those shown above.
Yeah, because I've. Right, okay, right.
Okay.
Yeah, step 3, of course.
Yep. Step 4, take the searchlight and insert it into the central hole on the hatch rim.
By me seeing a little small pin there, it only goes on a certain way around.
Yes.
Is all this push fit connection then?
So far at the moment, well, no, the light will get screwed down. You'll find.
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's in the next part. Turn the hatch over, holding the parts in place, and use angle tweezers. I think that's optional to insert one of the screws into the hole from the underside.
Ah,
I'm not doing electronics At
No.
the moment, I can use a magnetic screwdriver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it is electronic side, I will not be using
No.
a
Magnetic one, yeah.
magnetic one.
While holding the searchlight in position, use a Phillips screwdriver to tighten the screw until it stops turning. Now, I found these screws were quite tight to go in.
Is it going into plastic then, or metal?
It's going to plastic. Right, yeah.
That all the way in?
Yes, well, I sure it thought it might be tight enough. I had to look see how wobbly the light would be. No, it was a little bit more, so I turned it a bit more.
Right, yeah. That's what I found.
I saw like a plastic items, I would say, right, okay, if it's still wobbling, tad a bit more. If it stops wobbling,
yeah,
I think you've done it up enough.
Yeah.
Right. Stage 7 says this shows how the commander's hatch should now look, as you've got it, Adrian.
Yes.
Now, stage 8 says locate the large circular hole in the turret and place the commander's hatch over it.
So that's the one with the 3 holes then, isn't it?
Yes. It should be green all around it. Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
I believe it goes
location pins in. Yeah. Okay.
Because by looking at it, because those 2 holes have got an indent and that one does not. So basically, that's the pin one because you got a pin there.
Yeah. That's correct. Okay. Turn the turret over and align the holes in the hatch with those in the underside of the turret.
Yep.
And then tighten the remaining 2 screws into the holes.
And of course, these screws won't be named or anything because they're just screws as per issue, aren't they?
Yeah, as you start going through this build, it's guess the screw game with them.
Yeah.
Just like your 2.
Yeah, luckily the X-Wing, they started labeling the screws for the X-Wing, but anything before X-Wing or before XW is guess the screw game.
Yeah.
I remember that with R2, and it was like that with the Falcon, I think.
Yes, it was with the Falcon. The Falcon was one of the first ones I made.
So how would you go then? Would you be looking at screw lengths and sizes and?
Well, what I've got is, and it's one of the best things I've ever bought, is forget what they're called, something caliper, I think.
Digital calipers?
Yes, where you can check the size and the width of the screw. So I bought one of them off the internet for about £15 years ago. And it's one of the best investments I've ever made. It really is, especially in modelling.
Yeah.
You'll know one of them, Dave, being an engineer.
Aye, I do.
I've got no plastic paste somewhere, not digital.
Yours are from the steam age, are they, Dave?
Aye. You've got to sit and look at the numbers. It doesn't come out to work it out yourself, not digital displays coming up saying do.
Yeah.
But apart from going digital, they've never changed the design of it.
No, they haven't, have they? No. I've got a digital pen.
Right, that's done.
That's done. And that is it for this issue 1.
Wow. 10, yeah.
Which to say this would have come out in shops and the issue would have been quite cheap to start off with. To get a big metal piece is quite good.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm.
Yes, this part would be like 199. And
Yeah.
that's
P40 F20 calls it veneer caliper.
Vernier calipers. Vernier calipers, yeah.
Veneer calipers.
Yeah.
yes, that's correct. I do have an electronic set somewhere, not to hand at the moment.
Oh, fantastic.
If I was doing my Terminator, I'd make sure I had them all ready so I could double check the screws.
Yeah.
But they says what size, and it's all in the same bag. You check what they are.
Yeah.
Especially of two different lengths, but the diameter is different.
Yeah.
Right. Shall we move on to the next?
Yeah. Let's go to stage 2, issue 2.
Right. Get pack out.
Do you want me to read that bit out?
Yeah.
Mark?
Yeah, you
Okay.
take. Yeah, we'll take it in turns, Dave.
Okay, the external fuel drum, containers and storage bin. With this stage, you receive the gun barrel, reproduced exactly in 1/16 scale. The 125 millimeter 2A46 cannon in the main weapon of the T-72 tank, and its barrel consists of a steel tube that is fixed to an ejector, which expels the residual propellant gases from it. It is recommended that you keep the gun barrel as well as the pins and track treads from this and previous stage in a safe place until you need them. The other parts supplied, which will be used in this stage, are the external fuel drum, containers and storage bin. And then you've got the parts of a gun barrel and containers, 2 packs.
Gun barrel is metal.
Gun barrel. What should we say that was about 8 inches or something in length?
More like 12.
Really? Good God.
Foot long.
Oh, hang on. Oh, 8. No, so I thought you said 8 inches. Sorry, I was saying 18.
I'm just trying
to
make it visual to people who are watching, so they can actually size it, and get the rulers out and they can say, wow, that's an impressive piece of kit or something.
I would have to measure that later. I've got my ruler by hand at the moment.
That's all right. So then we've got 2 containers, 2 packs or 2 pieces.
Guess.
Okay. Then
on the image that shows that one, then you got that one. And they're both plastic.
Yeah. And then 3, we've got a storage bin.
Guess. And that's plastic, probably with a detail.
Okay. I like the way the pieces are all painted. It looks lovely.
Yes.
And then we've got the screws, 6 packs. Okay.
Hang on, don't you...
Oh, sorry. No, I've missed one. External fuel drum, 2 halves.
Yes.
Part
4, yes. Top and bottom, basically.
Yeah, that's right. And then screws of 6 packs. I don't know whether it's packs or pieces.
Pieces.
Pieces, right. And then we've got
Yes, this one basically, yes, you got looks like 3 different screws, Mark.
Yes.
Oh,
It makes you wonder, do they say what size in the instructions?
yeah, it makes you wonder that. Let's hope
It
they
would
do.
be nice with the instructions say, with the terminal, it do say, right, okay, this size, this many.
Yeah.
Just going ahead in the instructions, no, they don't tell you the size that goes in.
Right. Okay.
So then
guess
we've got track treads and pins, 5 pieces.
Guess them again.
Oh, I built a Tiger tank and a tractor like that. So I'm murder to put together.
Yeah, that I would imagine that would be the most difficult part of the build.
Yeah.
What, putting the tracks together?
Yeah.
No.
They're not that bad, are they?
No, it's just you connect them together and then you just bang a pin in and the pin goes in quite easily.
Right. I would have thought it would be more difficult than that. But
No.
Yeah. I built a Tiger tank and because you had to paint it all yourself, you had to paint all the individual tracks.
Yeah.
And then put them in, put your pins in. Oh, what a job that was! You're lucky. You're lucky with this one where it's all painted up for you.
Yeah. So
that's probably you find that probably people still buying it because it's a good model, and no one's probably got around filming it or creating a video on it.
I think I was one of the first because I looked for videos and I couldn't find any at all.
Really?
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I chose that model because it's not you got the Ecto 1 where loads of people are building it.
Yeah.
With the tank, very, very few people are building it. And that's one of the reasons I chose the model because I thought I wanted to do something different.
Yeah. That's a good call, that is.
And then it's fantastic that Adrian's doing it now as well. So
yeah.
I'm hoping more people will start building it and maybe we can get a Facebook group up and that would be fantastic.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, absolutely. So do you want to go for the build then, Adrian?
Yes. Well, we have on the pack wrap.
Okay, so step 1 then is prepare the 2 halves of the external fuel drum and the 2 screws supplied with this stage.
And I reckon that'll be the 2. I'd go for the 2 large ones.
They look like chrome screws in the description.
Yes.
I think what I did.
Did you have 3 different size screws, or did you only have 2? You had 2 like a fixed washer.
Yeah, what I did, Adrian, is I tested the screw in the screw hole before I screwed it together. So I tried to see if that screw would screw in. If it did, then I knew it was correct. Because I think the other ones are smaller and they just slip in.
So there is 2 different diameter size ones.
So probably best if you check which is which then. Which is which? Do you want to read out the chat, Dave? Well,
right, Chris Davey. The bus was cheap at first with the front bonnet issue 1. Fleetwood J. Hi you all. Hope everyone is okay.
Hi Fleetwood.
Hi Fleetwood.
Hi Chris.
Hi Fleetwood.
Hi Chris.
And Marty McFly. He's been on. Never knew we were going live tonight. How cool. And then Fleetwood J, a bit like the Fiat and Renault builds on my channel. Only a few people building it. Says shameless plug in for my Fiat show is on Sunday, 8 p.m.
Why not?
So there you go, 8 p.m. Sunday. Fleetwood's got his Fiat build.
Aye.
There's a few YouTubers in Germany that are actually building the Fiat.
In Germany.
Mm.
Oh, did you work out which screw it was, Adrian?
Right, Mark, did you went for the big ones or did you went for the small ones?
I think I went in for the big ones.
Right, okay.
Well, I think Fleetwood's the only one that's building it over here, live stream.
Yeah, I think so.
Right, step 2.
Stage 2 then. Join the two halves of the drum together, aligning the half circles at the end. Aha.
Right. If I do that, you've got, right, on that one there, you've got no marking. On this one here, you've got a marking. But if I turn this one around,
Yeah.
you have markings on both sides. Basically, yes, they go together a certain way around.
Yes. And then hold both halves of the drum together and insert a screw into each of the large holes in step 3.
Mark went for the large ones. Right, okay.
And Chris says, hi, Mark, you nutter, lol. And hi to both Daves, and hi, Adrian, and hi, Fleetwood. Fleetwood's come back. Yes, German builders, not many UK ones. The Renault, there's a French part work not available in the UK.
Yeah.
And Fleetwood says, good luck on your tank build. Looks amazing.
Thank you, Fleetwood.
I'm surprised how big it is. You know, was trying to get Adrian to measure the barrel of the gun, and you know, it looks absolutely massive.
Well, that drum looks some size.
Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah,
And that's going to be sitting on the side of it somewhere. So
yeah. You done step 3, Adrian?
Yeah, I just put the gun barrel up to the bash chassis. The
Yeah.
metal rod, you've got the metal back rod. It's about an inch shorter than that one.
Right. Okay. So it's about 12 inches then.
what scale actually is the tank?
1/16.
1/16.
1/16.
Yeah. Come on, next image. Step 5.
No, step 4.
Ah.
Oh, step 5. Sorry.
No,
yeah,
step 4. Yeah, I've done step 4. I've put the 2 screws in.
You put the 2 screws in. So step 5, then
Yes.
insert 2 posts on the front of the stowage bin into those in the rear of the turret.
This I found very hard to screw in. It's because of the angle, you have to get the screws in as well.
Aha. I wonder if it's
yes.
Is it going into metal as well, though, Mark?
No,
they're going into plastic.
Right.
And I'd say these screws are the ones with like a washer on it.
Yeah, with the flange on, yeah.
So if you've got it lined up, you'll have to go to step 6 then. And step 6 is hold the bin in place and secure with the 2 washer screws.
Now they show like they're doing it at an angle. I would hang on, let's have a look. They're not.
See what I mean, Adrian? It's a difficult angle to get them in.
Yes, I would say there's more to straight on to compare with what they're showing you.
Chris Davis, don't worry, I won't.
I wasn't going to say that when I read that.
We'll say no more about that.
No. I think there was enough said on Wednesday about that.
That's better. So I lengthened my screwdriver, so basically so I can get a handle on it better.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's where that screwdriver really comes in handy.
Yeah.
Imagine doing it with the screwdriver they give you.
But don't forget, that comes in the next pack. I haven't opened that up yet, so... Well, Mark, if you're doing the Terminator and you had the screwdriver pack kit, do you know what I'll take to you? Just put that pack in the bin. Don't bother trying to use any of them.
No.
Are they that bad?
Let's say the Terminator is, let's say, 1/10 scale. The screwdriver set is more like a what's bigger?
1/4 scale.
No, it's I thought it was
the size of the screw heads you get in the pack. You cannot use them yet
Because they're bigger.
Yes.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, like most things, if I get a screwdriver, I just put it in the collection of screwdrivers I've got in my drawer with that's come from all the other builds.
Yeah.
And then one day I might display them.
Rear end action is going on in the chat.
Oh, not again.
Oh, dear.
Don't tell me it's Chris.
Chris Davis says we should be called Bob the Builders.
Well,
Can we fix it?
Yeah. If I start talking to a cement mixer, call the men in the white coats.
With the yellow bus with square wheels.
Yeah.
Right. So I had to just find that off camera because I did hold that and basically didn't really push the screwdriver, and it's when you're doing it at a certain angle.
Yeah, difficult. You can see how difficult it is because you've got that turret opening as well where the gun barrel goes, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, difficult.
And especially when you're a lot closer to your chest, you can really getting the right angle to your hands onto it, basically.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Okay, so step 7 then.
Yep.
So step 7 is take the 2 small containers and the last 2 screws. Take them and do what? So you need to find the last 2 containers and the last 2 screws, sorry.
Yes.
Okay, and then in step 8 it says find the 2 holes on the turret, 1 large and 1 small. They are located to the right of the commander's hatch, and place the posts on the underside of the green container into them.
Right, there's one of them. I go that goes in there.
Yes.
Right. What's the next image? Tell me where.
The one is the next one is at the rear towards that box.
Right. Oh, I see. Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't actually do that, does it? Yeah.
That other one would go there.
Yeah, that's correct.
So does it actually show you where that one goes or not? Or is it
No,
a guessing game?
I think it's showing you to screw the first one in first.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
it does
I think
actually
it is.
show you eventually.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go for the first one then, Adrian, shall we? In step 9, and it says turn the turret over and tighten one of the screws to the hull, securing the 2 parts together.
Yeah, same again. As you're screwing plastic, you do it up so much where you think it's tight enough and check the part. If it still wobbles, just tighten up a bit more.
It must be my accent, Chris Davis, that turns things into innuendos.
Right, I got that tight enough. I'm happy it doesn't wobble around.
Jolly good.
That's a Yorkshire accent.
I probably could turn that screw a little bit more, but I am not going to.
Okay.
Right, yes.
So step 10 then. Fit the other container into the holes at the rear of the turret. And
same
step
again.
11, which is same again, fix the second container to the turret with the second screw.
Mark, do you end up getting any extra screws, or you always had to use them all up so far?
Had to use them up so far.
Wow, no space. So if you drop one, you've had it.
Yeah, you'll have to go routing in your route master screws spare.
I've still got mine from Millennium Falcon, R2D2, Red Bull, Hummer. I've still got all my screws.
Oh, Chris with his sayings. If it wobbles like a jelly, then tighten it. That's Chris Davies.
Aye.
I feel like we're in a Wednesday night here with the live chat.
Right, that's step 11. Step 12. Oh, right. Okay.
Step 12 is the 2 finished items, or 2 items that you've just done.
Yes. My camera frozen for some reason.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, there we are. So that's the barrel and the turret with the pieces attached.
Look good.
Very good, yeah. So who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
I haven't got the PDF, so I can't go.
Oh, that's all right.
So I'll just look after the chat for you.
The PDFs you can download off Model Space.
I'll just moderate and keep Chris Davis in check.
Good luck with that one.
That's a full-time job. Right, so I'll just wait for you to open it, Adrian.
Yeah.
There you go, Fleetwood J. Fantastic. Well done. Looks amazing.
What I find is basically when you get the bit of plastic, lifting it up basically and getting it off the cardboard going round.
Chat again. Chris Davies. The weather down here today was really bad. Rain. I could have worn a wetsuit and flippers. And I could have been a penguin. Lol.
What, he's down Como, is he?
Is it?
Okay, Adrian. So, Number 1 should be the gunner's hatch cover.
Yes.
Yep.
Plastic. Yes. I suppose they
number-
didn't actually, if they were actually doing, looks like all plastic is actually green, and they just color it yellow.
Part 2 should be a side bin with the numbers 331 on it.
Guess.
Yep. Part 3 should be a snorkel.
Guess.
Yep. Part 4 should be the machine gun.
That feels something that could be metal.
I think it is.
I reckon, yes, some of it's plastic and some of it's metal. Yellow bits feels like plastic, and the black bit is definitely the gun, which is metal.
Okay. You 5 should be screws. You should have 6 of them.
And are they all going to be the same size again? Or are they going to be slightly different? Yes, I have 6 screws.
Okay. And last but not least, and this is my favorite part, is a tank crew figurine.
Oh.
Right, and I notice I have this. That looks like that came off the gun somehow.
Possibly, yes.
Yeah. Looks like it went like that. So basically, that looks like I have to glue it later date. I am going to keep that off until I probably finish the model. So I might put that piece in a safe place.
I think in future you get to mount the machine gun.
So basically, the machine gun's later date at the moment.
I believe so.
Right.
Oh no, the
Step
machine
1.
gun we're doing in this issue. Sorry. Right. So step 1 is take the gunner's hatch cover and place it over the hole in the turret. Which should be the remaining hole.
Guess like so.
Yep. 2, turn the turret over, holding the cover in place with one hand and keeping the circled hold aligned.
Is that hinged?
And just no, it's just a standard screw. Now, would you go for the smaller screw?
Looking at that, is there a screw with like a washer?
No, does not look like it. I'm going to go for. I'm going to see if the smallest one.
Right.
No, let's have a look.
So then 3 is insert a screw into the hole and use a screwdriver to tighten into place without applying excessive force to avoid damaging the wall of the hole.
Ah.
At the moment,
the camera's frozen.
Yeah, I probably got too many people on stream. That's probably why it's happening.
It should come with 6, shouldn't it?
Depends on your internet.
Yeah, it could be atmospherics as well, because.
Right, I've got 2 rather long ones, and I've got about 4 short ones.
Let me go ahead.
I didn't realise I might need the verniers. Oh, and I've got different diameters. I'm going to go for a short one. One of the short ones. I'm going to probably go for the... Oh, gosh. Question, good question. I'm going to...
Yeah.
I'm going to go for a short one and the big diameter one. Hopefully that's correct. That's probably why no one's actually looked at it and think, Do you guys know?
Yeah.
Where they tell you types of screws and think,
You should make a game show out of it. Come on down and guess the screw.
well, at least R2D2 said what size screw to use.
Yeah, this is.
But with the checklist, you could not check them off.
No.
I feel like, well, a lot sooner. Well, I need this screw for this issue. We should do it. I have no idea, mate.
Yeah.
You have a look at the checklist. Right, step 2's done. Oh, sorry, step 3's done.
Step 3 is done. Right. So next, take the snorkel and place it over the left side of the turret as shown in the picture.
I like that actually.
In other words, it's at the side of the hatch we've just put in.
Guess.
Oh, my drive one's just shut down. What's it done that for?
That goes that way around.
Yes. Okay. Now this I found you're screwing at an angle again. So from inside the turret, insert 2 screws into the holes. You may find it best to use a pair of tweezers to place the screws, as these allow more accuracy. Or just have a very good magnetic screwdriver.
Yeah, we've got a good magnetic screwdriver with the Aria. They are the best, really.
I use the wearer.
Yeah, you said about that. Are they similar to the Aria then?
Yeah, I mean, they're very good hard-wearing screwdrivers. I mean, I've got an Aria in my wish list.
Yeah.
That I'd like to try. But, yeah, it's... they are good little screwdrivers. They just, when they come, they're not very... The magnet on them is not that great, so you have to remagnetize them.
Yeah.
But they're quite long as well, so I've got quite big hands, so they work out fine for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they expect you to use a small screwdriver, I would have tried doing this work.
They should have supplied one.
Yeah. Well, what's the point? It's blind you later date when...
It's an awful angle to go in at.
Yes.
To tell you the truth, I think when I did my video on this, I ended up cutting about 5 minutes off of it because that's how long it took me to get these screws in.
Come on, OneDrive. So I'm just trying to get me program downloaded. It's been a pain. Must be the internet or something. What, we on pack 1?
Yeah, we're still on pack 1.
Pack 1.
0304 pack image we're at the moment.
Been reading down yours, Dave?
Say that again, Dave.
Has it been raining down yours all day?
Yeah, it's been absolutely awful here today.
Same here.
I were on the M1 earlier coming from Leeds back to Wakefield, and you could hardly see in front of you.
Oh, yeah.
But saying it's supposed to be a smart motorway, it's not very smart because they're still letting you go at 70 miles an hour.
I don't like smart motorways, I've got to admit.
Well, they're trying to get them banned out. The Minister for Transport is saying it was a bad idea, and because people are getting killed because they're not shutting down the lane that because they're using the hard shoulder.
That's right. Yeah.
So we've got one stretch on M62. You'll know this, Dave, going from 25 all the way past Leeds.
Yeah. That's that big Leeds shopping centre. Can't remember its name now.
Oh, the Birstall Park.
Yeah, is it the Birstall Park? Yeah.
It goes further. It goes further than that because it goes past White Rose.
Yeah.
I think it goes all the way up to junction 32.
Yeah. So that's near to the A1 then, isn't it?
Yeah.
A1 junction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Mark, you said you might have problems with the paint in the holes as well, did you?
Not that I think of. Why, they're not going in? I found to get these screws into this is it's at an angle for a start, and they just don't go in. They just don't want to go in. And I found it, I was there quite a while trying to get these 2 screws in. Thought I had them in, but then it was still loose.
It looks as though it's just going at a strange angle, doesn't it?
Putting the screws through the metal piece, they won't just drop through.
Which are you using, the larger or the smaller screws?
The smaller screws.
Yeah, they're definitely the ones to use.
The 2 smaller screws I'm using. And they won't go straight through the metal. So basically at the moment I've actually screwed them from the outside inwards to like create a thread through the metal.
If it's having to cut into the metal as well, will a bit of lube not help?
Yeah, suppose it could do it. Oh, this is frustrating for me. Oh, I'm just trying to have a conversation with somebody in OneDrive won't stay on. Come on.
Do you know what? I don't think I'm cheating. I'll rather glue this on instead of trying to screw it on.
Do you know, I was just going to say that to you, Adrian.
Dave, I think there's an issue with OneDrive at the moment. I think the server's gone down.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Just it's been a pain in the what do you call it? I've got it back now, but for how long I don't know.
P40F20 says perhaps you could use one of the Routemaster screwdrivers and use a round file to open up the hole in the turret.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Sorry, I have to. It's the angle I got to hold it as.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Trying to.
You'll do what you have to do to get it in, Adrian.
I'll tell you one thing, with all this rain we're having, I bet in the summer they turn around and say we're having a drought.
Yeah, hose pipe ban.
It was the wrong type of rain. It fell too fast.
That's exactly right. The wrong type of rain. It's just when you go abroad. Oh, it's a different heat across there.
Yeah. It's the wrong type.
A different heat.
Oh dear.
Right. To me, they're in, but I'm going later date. Take the screw. If I can still take the screws out, and glue that piece and put the screws back in a later date.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too.
Okay, right.
Step 5.
Right, so that's good. Right, so now moving on to step 7. To fix the machine gun, you will first need to remove the commander's hatch cover. To do this, temporarily remove the 2 circle screws on the underside. So what you did in issue 1, you've now got to undo.
Oh my goodness me.
We've heard that being done before.
Yeah. We have.
Yeah, especially on the Routemaster.
Yeah, I remember them front suspension units.
Yep.
Now, a job putting them in, and you think,
yeah,
we got to take them back out of it again. And of course, you might, when you're undoing it, you thought it might go
boing.
Getting the screw, yes, going flying across the room. It did not do that.
Yeah, Chris Davis says, "How are you, Dave?" Saying Dave Milne. Well, I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm drying out nicely after a day out today. I've been doing this, that, and the other today, quite an awful lot. So,
right. 8. Insert the post at the bottom of the machine gun into the circled hole at the rear of the hatch.
Right, like.
Yep.
Like so.
And flip the hatch over and tighten a screw into the hole from below, securing the gun to it.
All right. I should load up the screwdriver first.
I've had a nice day out today as well, Dave.
have you?
Yeah, I went to IKEA for breakfast this morning because they're doing their £1 breakfasts.
Yeah.
Then I've been to Hobbycraft today.
Yeah.
Because I wanted some more of them clear paints. And then, yeah, we just seem to be out and about for about 6 hours.
Well, I've just been to work all day. Out and about in the rain. Plus, I've got a nice long weekend off. I'm usually work a Sunday, but they've decided to give us a Sunday off, so I've got 3 days off.
Oh, well, I've been on a top secret mission today. I'm not allowed to tell anybody just yet.
4 weeks time, and I'm taking a week's holiday.
I bet you're looking forward to that, aren't you, Dave?
Yep, and I'm going to come on the Route Master show. I'll be to come on the chat. And
Now, have you got that in, Adrian? Yeah. If you
Yes.
look at the picture on 8, Adrian, you know that part that you said wasn't in the inventory, was part of the machine gun. You can actually see it on top.
Yes, I can see it. Yes, I gather it worked there. And as I said,
Yeah. Now, I think
I'm going.
I glued that part in, I believe, because it went to the side.
So basically, oh right, yours were
Mine
not
was
on it as well.
Yeah. So what I did is I glued mine on. So I don't know if that's something you want to do later or
Yeah, I'll glue that on later.
yeah.
be the magazine.
Then put it down and leave
Be
it
the magazine
alone.
holder. It'll be the magazine holder.
Yes.
Okay, so now we have to put the hatch back on the turret. So now put the commander's hatch back into place on the turret and put the 2 screws removed in step 7 back into place and tighten them. And then that is issue 3 all done.
I still got 2 screws left over.
So you don't put that number thing on yet? 331.
No. If I can remember correctly, but I don't want to spoil it, it goes on another bit. But it's model space. They'll send you bits like this. You'll see this now, and you won't see it for about another 50 odd issues. I think I would. Oh, what were it? The Hummer. I think we issue 1. They sent the wing mirrors, and then in issue 100, put on the wing mirrors.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Nearly as bad as the Route Master.
Well, the Ecto's the same, because in the Ecto you get one of the wheels and you get one of the hubcaps. Put the hubcaps away because you don't need them until you finish the entire build 130 issues later.
Oh my goodness me.
So
I had a feeling when I first seen a Spitfire, you were going to build that propeller and leave that on probably issue 100, but it looks like here, issue 2, you're working on it as well.
Yes, you do.
Right, so that's issue 3 done.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 2 screws left over and this part here.
I'd keep them safe somewhere, Adrian, as normal.
Yeah, you probably need them
Yeah.
for something else, wouldn't you?
Unless they divided them basically for just in case you lost the screws off the hatch, I think that's probably why.
Yeah.
You don't know.
So, do you want to catch up on the chat then, Dave?
Not much going on. Just how are you, Dave and Dave? Mark, Chris Davies again. Mark, have a glass, lol. Chris Davies reminds me of the bus suspension. Chris Davies again. I bet you are like the drowned rat, Dave say. As I was one this morning.
Yeah, I was like a drowned rat.
I've got to hit. Look at I was out with the client today. Another care worker when the metro sent them in the morning. Then across to Newcastle in the afternoon and in the Hancock Museum. So we sort of stayed out of the rain.
Yeah. Best way in this weather, isn't it? So do you want me to do this next issue then?
Yeah, you can do, Dave.
Okay. So in this issue then, with the first drive wheel, and with this stage, you receive the parts of your first drive wheel and sprocket assembly. which converts its own rotary motion into a linear movement of the track. This assembly is vital for the mobility of your tank, and the sprockets are made of metal, which gives them the necessary strength and reliability. Put the other parts supplied, the track treads and pins in a safe place until they are needed.
Do you want to know what the stupid thing is?
What's
I took
that?
it out of the box, I've put them down.
And you can't find them.
I don't know whether I've put them.
Careful. Now breathe, Adrian. Breathe.
I took all the packs out of the box, and
All right.
I am going to. I don't grab the rest of them.
So somebody make Adrian a cup of tea, quick.
Oh,
That's all right. We'll have a general talk. That turret
like
is
sometimes,
it's looking amazing.
Dave, do you always sometimes you've got the screw in hand, and the moment you like put it down, and you like,
Yeah,
and just pick up the screwdriver. I think
yeah,
I had the screwdriver here a moment ago. What have I done with it?
yeah. Do you know what that's called, Adrian? Do you know what that's called?
What would you class it as?
Old age.
I'd call it modular memory problems.
Fleetwood J. I thought Sprocket was from Fraggle Rock. And Fleetwood J. A pot of Valium.
Pot of Valium.
And Chris, Adrian, you need Valium.
Okay, so Adrian's found his parts.
Oh, he's got a screwdriver as well.
Yeah. Be able to backtrack now and put all them screws.
Trust me, put it outside the packet wrong side up.
Yep. Backtrap now is tighten all them screws up.
Yeah.
Now you start getting them in the plastic containers, not on the cardboard, because they're now subscription.
Yeah.
Another thing, you find the ones on the cardboard used to be like first you get the like pack one on a card, this nice display, and it depends how many pack ones you got.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So
why
do you
wait here too?
I don't have. Give me a moment, everyone.
Okay.
Why do
Back
they
in a
wait?
sec.
Why do they wait till you're a couple of packs in before they give you a screwdriver?
Because it's all, I don't know.
I suppose it's all to make you buy it, really.
The screwdriver could have been part of the original free gifts.
Yeah, it's all. I suppose it's all to make you buy it. The lead copies and the lost leaders of these magazines, they're all made to get you to buy them, to get you interested. So that's why they give you nice big shiny parts for $1.99 and such like.
Right. There we go. I can tell you. Right. Here's a Spitfire when the camera catches up.
Yes.
There you go. Spitfire issue 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
on
got that.
the lovely card.
Yeah, and issue 2's on a lovely big card.
Right. Okay, Dave.
Yes.
Dave M.
Mm-hmm.
What issue is this?
What issue is that?
Yes.
Is that issue 2? Your issue 2?
Yes, this is my issue 2.
My issue 2.
But guess what? This issue 2 is not on a card.
Well, my issue 2's on a card.
Right. Dave S.
Yes.
Your issue 1 and 2.
Yes.
Did they come in a card or did they come in a strip wrap package?
They came in separate packages. And not on
Not on the
card.
card.
No.
Dave M, did you buy yours from the shop?
Yes.
That's why they're on cardboard.
You find if 1 and 2, if they ever go back to the warehouse, they'll come off the card, and if anyone wants issue 1 or 2, they'll be sent out that way. You
Yeah.
find that's why you're getting so many, like 1 and 2 and 3 being on a cardboard shrink wrap, basically.
Yeah.
It's down to being in the shop and they've come back. You find that's it's probably when they first produced it wasn't as this probably the tank wasn't as popular, but they got a whole lot of stock.
Yeah.
Originally.
Right then. So shall we have a look at the parts?
Yeah, right.
Okay. One is the inner sprocket.
In this rocket, it looks like I'm trying to work out. Looks like that one.
Yeah, I agree with you. And then 2 is the rim. And that's like a planar one. Yes.
Actually, number 1 is actually part number 3.
Is it?
I'm sure of it.
Are you sure?
Let's have a look. No, sorry, I'm wrong. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Adrian. They just look identical.
Yeah, well, here's the other one.
Yeah, that's part 3.
I identified that one being part 1,
Yeah,
and that's part 3.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, here's
So
part 2.
that's part 2, yeah. That's the rim. And so part 3 is the outer sprocket.
Which I've already shown everyone.
And part 4 is the drive wheel.
Drive wheel?
Drive wheel.
I would say that's the outer covering for the drive wheel.
Or is the drive wheel? Yeah, that's the drive wheel. So they say it's the drive wheel, but you would have thought a sprocket would be a drive wheel, wouldn't you?
Yeah, one of the sprockets was.
I believe the sprockets go into the tracks and that other part goes onto the motor.
Ah.
Part 5?
Part 5 is a wheel cap.
Yes.
And part 6 is the track treads, 5 pieces.
Yeah, same again.
And part
And now
7,
I've got a total of 3 packs of those.
yeah. And
And
part
part
7 is the
pins.
pins, 5 pieces. Okay. Five pins.
Yeah, they're in the tracks box.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you've got part 8, which is screws, 5 pieces, and washers, 2 pieces. And then you've got a screwdriver as number 9. You tell me when you're ready, Adrian, and we'll...
2 S2 washers.
Why isn't it moving on? Oh my God. Can't get it to move on. Come on. Come on, backtrack now. There we go.
There's my pointer. There we go.
Okay, so step 1 then, to complete this stage, you will need the 2 metal parts of the drive wheel, the external and the internal sprockets, the rim, and 2 screws and a screwdriver. So 1, 2, 3, yes, and 2 screws and a screwdriver. Okay, so section 2 then.
Right, section 2.
Section 2 is to make the assembly easier, you should tap the 2 screw holes in the outer sprocket. To do this, half tighten the screw into the small hole on each side of the central hole. Before proceeding to the next step, be sure to remove the screw. So, are these not even pre-tapped holes then?
They're probably making sure you can give you some idea, right? Okay, could be, yes.
Yeah, probably not even pre-tapped.
And that's you can basically like go down as far as you can see how far down you can go.
Yeah. Oh dear. Yawning. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just tired.
Right, I'm screwing down so far, then actually backing it off a bit.
Yeah. And then obviously you have to remove the screws. Like the way it says, be sure to remove the screws. That's an American term, isn't it? To be sure. Or is it Irish? To be sure, to be sure, to be sure.
They probably said that to just in case it's
P40 F20 says a drop of oil in the screw holes would be good.
Yeah, I was thinking exactly the same. I was. Would help the job along. So section 3 then. Place the outer sprocket in front of you as shown and hold the rim over it, aligning the central shapes.
right. Compared to what they've got that doing is they have that one like so.
Yeah.
And come on. That one like so.
Yeah.
By me straight away realise that's not correct. That won't go on straight.
Yeah.
Because you need to turn one of them 180-degree angle.
Yeah.
Because now that'll fit on.
Yes, because the shapes
nicely.
look the same, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a flop bit.
Okay, so that's step 3. So step 4 then is to place the rim onto the outer sprocket as shown, which you've done.
Yes, which I've done.
And step 5, come on, computer, align the central hole of the inner sprocket with the projecting part of the outer sprocket, both circled, then combine the parts. Okay, so it's a similar sort of thing to your beginning.
Yes. Make sure you get them the correct way around and they'll match up together nicely.
Yeah.
because that fits on there nicely. But if I do the opposite way around, then that shouldn't really go fit nicely together. Now there's a gap that way,
Yeah,
so that fits on there nicely that way.
yeah. So all the shapes are nicely together.
Oh, them tracks are going to be so width.
They are, aren't they? So, and then step 6. Step 6 says, with the parts now in place, insert a screw into one of the sets of the aligned holes circled. Okay, you can see the little yellow circle there. So
Yes.
there'll only be 2 screw holes, is there?
Guess. And it makes you wonder.
And then step 6 and 7 are practically the same, because it says now insert the second screw into the other aligned holes circled. And then step 8, which is practically one step really, it says hold the assembly in place and half tighten the first screw. It does seem a long-winded way around just to put 2 screws in.
Yeah, probably half tighten the other screw sort of thing.
Terminator's done that before.
And then it says step 9, tighten the second screw until it stops, then go back and fully tighten the first one. So it's a case of gently screwing down each side of the screw, each one in turn, so that it goes down nice and evenly.
Without self-tapping, you find they would have fun trying to get those in.
Yeah.
Right, that's nicely together.
Looks good to me.
Nice wide wheel, aren't they, Mike?
They are a very wide wheel.
Mm.
And that
sorry, Mark. Sorry, my apologies, Mark.
No, it's fine.
That must be the end of that issue, that stage.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, so you should have stage 5. You get 5 stages in this one.
Yes.
How do I?
There we go.
There.
Right, so I'll just read out. With this stage, you receive the parts needed for one of the idler wheel assemblies and 10 track treads with pins. The idler wheel is located at the front of the track and is particularly susceptible to shock and friction caused by the movement of the link. Therefore, it's made of metal, which gives it the necessary reliability and durability. Store the rest of the parts received with this stage until you need them. But we're doing the idler wheel.
Yeah. Well, hang on. Let's go through parts first. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So part 1 should be like a green idler wheel outer.
Yes, that looks like
Yeah.
that one.
Number 2 should be a small cap wheel, which should be green.
Yes, it's a different cap from previous time.
Yeah. 3 should be screws, 3 of them.
Cool, you do some screws left over, don't you, sort of thing?
Mm-hmm. But it's knowing what size they are.
Yes.
Okay.
It's basically I wonder if they confer. No, they wouldn't confer what screws would be from which issue would they? It's a good question.
Okay, the next number 4 should be a bolt.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. 5 is idler wheel inner, which looks like metal.
Yes.
Yep.
And I looked at it's that way up, and the
Yeah.
left side would be that way.
Yeah. And 6 is pins, 10 pieces, and 7 is track treads, 10 pieces, which we don't need for this issue.
Yeah, I find that weird because I end up having a come on, a separate packet. Where are those? But according to reading the parts on this one, that makes it up to 10.
So, right, so all you need for this is you need the idler wheel outer, you need the bolt, you need the idler wheel inner, and the 3 screws. Okay,
Yes.
right, so to make assembly easier, tap the 3 screws in the idler wheel outer. Yeah, so you need to screw the 3 screws into the idler wheel outer to tap them. The idler wheel
same
outer,
again to make it nice and easier to screw them in.
Yeah. Idler wheel outer is the green, the wheel with the green bit in it.
Yes, that's the one I've got.
Yeah.
Because by me looking at it, well, both sides screw holes look about the same size. Perfect size head.
So, Dave S., are you going to customize your Spitfire with a paint job?
No, I'm going to customize the base.
Right.
I've got plans on doing the base with some like grass, and as though it's on an airfield.
Right.
Because lots of Battle of Britain airfields during the World War II were, of course, grass.
Yes.
Especially where Spitfires were concerned.
Well, it was easier, wasn't it, than to tarmac them? They could just erect the tents up.
Yeah. So I've seen a little diorama thing. I think it was on World of Wayne, where he promoted a diorama of they'd made it into like a little air base, the base, and with pilots and such like. So anyway, I'm going to get some model railway grass and do the base with grass, cover that with grass so that it actually looks like it's on grass or just taken off from grass or something like that. Yeah. I think that's the only thing that I've been prepared to do, because obviously I don't want to spoil it or anything. And I think as far as modding it in any other way, shape or form, I think that's the only thing that we need to do, really.
Right. Are you ready for the next bit, Adrian?
No, not at the moment. Oh. So I was just wondering where I've done with the 3-in-1 oil. Right, okay. Oh gosh, look at the time.
It's all right, Adrian. An hour and 40 minutes. You're doing well.
I find with the tank, each pack you get more than four issues.
Yeah.
Well, I think pack 2 you get 6 issues.
Yeah.
Come on, OneDrive. Right, come on, load. Must be the internet's been a bit funny tonight. Must be the weather. Let's blame the weather, shall we?
Blame it on Mother Nature.
Aye.
She was not an internet's best friend.
No. She was just a coal miner's daughter, she was. Oh, that's the wrong thing, wasn't it?
Right. I've self-tapped all 3 of those.
Right, okay.
And of course, does step 3 say take them out again? Because I'm going to take them back out again.
Right. So step 3 is easy enough. It just says the 2 halves of the idler wheel have corresponding tabs and slots circled. Well, circled in the picture.
Guess compared, getting correct with the same way around is that way around.
Yeah.
Basically push, well, without looking, going ahead, you work out and slot them together.
That's correct. Okay. After doing that, now it says do this in stage 4, but you don't actually need to do it because it comes out. But it says in stage 4, insert the bolt into the hole in the center of the idler wheel, and then align the tabs and slots of the inner and outer parts of the idler wheel and push them together. But the problem is, even when you've pushed them together and you've screwed them together, the bolt still comes out.
Yeah, I checked on the outer piece if it would actually fit all the way through. I think, well, actually.
So I just, yeah, it's up to you if you want to put it in, but it just keeps on coming out.
Well, it comes out, so what's the point putting in it? It's just...
Precisely. So, yeah, just go straight to 6. Insert the first screw into one of the holes in the idler wheel inner, and then half tighten the screw into the hole, and then do the same with the second, and do the same with the third. Which I think you've done the Route Master numerous times.
Aye.
And then after that, just screw them all tightly, all 3 down.
Yeah, it's like all the window panes basically and all the frames. So like,
yeah,
put all the screws in, then gradually go around. Nothing worse, putting one screw in and tightening it up and basically.
It's like doing an engine block.
Yeah.
Yes.
The tightening up diagram.
Yes, you've got to tighten them up. P40F20 says nature is a mother. Yes. Sometimes, yes.
See, I don't mind rain if I'm at home with a nice cup of tea.
Yeah.
And I can look at it out the window.
Yeah.
But
when you're out in it, it's no fun, is it?
It was. To tell you the truth, I think it was about 10:30 this morning. It was snowing.
Was it really?
Yeah, in Birstall.
Yeah, it was 10:30 this morning around here. It was just raining.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know why
There you go, if I put,
why you put that bolt in, because it's pointless.
Gail, why couldn't they actually tell us to screw it together and just finally
Put the bolt in.
yes.
They seem to give us a lot of instruction just to put a screw in or something, don't they?
Yeah, quite a few screws in.
Yeah.
And that's the final step.
Yep, that's it. All done. And that's all of pack 1 done.
Excellent.
Because my next image goes back to the beginning.
There we go.
Yeah. There we are. Excellent job. Do you want to stop there, Adrian, or do you want to carry on?
As I said, I was going to originally do for an hour or so, but I've well over an hour.
Well, hold on. I'll see if I can put something up that you can show the viewers, Adrian. Just hold on a second. Let me get it up. Right, hang on. Let me open that as a PDF. Then go on to the thing. Then go on to share screen. And then application window. And where is now my computer is playing silly buggers. Share.
Change.
Right, so what I've shared, Adrian, it's the sort of overview of the tank.
Stop sharing. There you go.
Are you able to go full screen with that?
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
So this is the tank with a step-by-step assembly. And then if I move it down, when it moves down. So,
Wow.
These are parts of it. So smoke generator, open hatches, movable turret and cannon, realistic sound effects, full track control. The length, here we go, is going to be 460 millimeters.
Wow.
The height will be 190 millimeters. The width is 230 millimeters, and it's 1/16 scale.
Wow, that's brilliant.
And then if we move it down, there we go. That's the back of it. So it does look amazing. There we go. So yeah, and like I said, all this remote control gear you get with it as well. I'll
Excellent.
zoom in a little bit. So that's a bit of it zoomed in. So yeah.
Would you
Wow.
like to build that, Dave?
Pardon?
Would you like to build that?
Yeah, well, the trouble is, where do you stop? You know, because obviously, yeah, there's lots of things that you'd like to build, yeah, but yeah, it's a brilliant thing, isn't it? Really, I think to me, it would be much better if it was a Sherman tank, you know, an American Sherman tank.
I think what gives it a little bit more appeal is because it's a working model as well.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? You know, your plastic kits are all right, but they don't do as much as what this is going to do they?
No.
You can take and have a good run with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is the introduction guide, as they say.
Yeah, it's fantastic, that.
Yeah. If you go onto Model Space's website and you go onto the tank bit, there is actually a video of there's like an introductory video of what it, as it would have advertised it on TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's super cool. It is really.
But you can imagine that outer shell all being metal.
Yeah. It's going to weigh some, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know they sell them in packs, but would that have been a 2-year build?
Yes. Model space, you can either do it over a year or 2 years.
Wow.
So, yeah.
This one, I reckon, will be over. Well, it's 65 issues, so basically you find it's 65 weeks.
Ah, right. So
They
you
did it a weekly.
Yeah, I need to read model space and find out where my packs are.
So many packs a month do you get off them when you subscribe?
I should be getting 1 pack a month with how many issues in it, but I haven't received it. The last one I received was December. I haven't received January's and I haven't received February's. So I'm going to be making a phone call, I think Monday, to Model Space and saying what you're playing at.
Yeah.
So basically, you receive pack 2 then, so basically you wait for pack 3 and 4.
It's strange. So I'll see what's going on with them. I mean, no payment's been taken out, so I haven't paid for it and they haven't sent it, but...
Could have stock issues.
Yeah, I really want to get on with it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
At the moment, I paused it because I want to get more issues and I can get more out, but... So at the moment, I'm just doing my extra in the Nectar and Lego Death Star.
P40. Sorry, Dave.
P40F20, you see, a Tamiya makes a Sherman tank in this scale that can be radio controlled.
Oh. I think with me, I used to watch a lot of World War II films and, the Yanks and everything. I mean, my favorite World War II vehicles has got to be the GMC, CKW, the 353 KW, Ragtop, Jimmy. That has got to be my favorite of favorite vehicles, the 6x6 GMC. And I very nearly bought one a long time ago, and I wish to this day that I had, and I never did.
Oh dear, don't say P40 F20's comment. You'll get frowned upon on YouTube.
Right. Mark, have you looked at head instructions at all?
I can do that now.
No. Have you looked at issue pack 8?
No, not yet, because I've paused it for now. What I normally do is I'll look through it in the morning, get familiarised myself with it, and then build it after dinner.
Right. You find you're going to say, pardon? Issue 60, I have not passed that issue yet. Issue 60, you get the base of the tank.
Yeah.
Now, let's view it on all of us.
Right.
Here's the part of issue pack 10.
Look at that.
And they talk about this in pack 8 instructions.
Pack 8 instructions. Good.
Yes.
God.
I mean, I know in pack 2 you get the chassis, don't you?
No, you get the top of the tank in pack 2.
Yeah.
Didn't Penny say that happened with a motorbike?
Yeah.
You got parts to put on what you didn't get for a couple of issues later, a couple of packs later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, or like you get other parts basically, you think, put it on one side, put it on one side.
Yeah. They
Then
are
later date
nervous.
you get, oh, you get this from later date. You think, so why can't you give us that now
Yeah.
and give us that part later?
Yeah.
That's why I have a filing cabinet for each model I built.
Yeah. We've got boxes for.
It cannot be as bad as the X-Wing, though, when we were doing the frames, and you had to put that somewhere. And it went under my stairs. That was the only place I could put it where it wouldn't get damaged, and it was big enough to place it. It didn't just have one.
Don't you mean the Millennium Falcon?
In Millennium Falcon, yeah. You didn't have one. You had.
You did say X-Wing. I think. Hang on.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Falcon was a big bugger.
The worst thing about it was they done these plastic like jigsaw pieces for you to place it on, and they were an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were just craply made. Sorry the word.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you seen the Lego one of the Falcon?
No. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
600 odd quid. It's about the same size as that.
Yeah, but Lego aren't doing any more Star Wars, are they?
I don't know. The Lego shop, the Metro Centre's got quite a bit of Star Wars stuff, and she said there was some new.
Disney's pulled out of Lego.
Have they?
Basically. We think it's to do with licensing. So we think that Disney have said we want more money, and Lego have said no.
Yeah.
And to the point now, Lego have taken down all their Star Wars displays and sections in the theme parks.
Thing is, I think Disney will spoil Star Wars.
Definitely.
I don't think there'll be any new ones that come out are not going to be as.
Well, Disney did the same apparently with McDonald's. Apparently, Disney wanted more money for the Happy Meals toys. McDonald's said no, so Disney said, "Go on your bike then."
Oh,
that's where monopolies work, isn't it?
George Lucas never have sold the Star Wars franchise to Disney. So they've wrecked it for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but a bit like The Last Jedi, I fell asleep through that.
Yep.
It's been like, well, if ever Disney's has a comic page, you put it there. Been it once, they're coming too expensive, won't come again.
Mm.
You want too much money for people.
Precisely.
If everyone done that, then.
Did anybody see the news? Did anybody see the news last night about Apple?
No.
On movies, Apple cannot be used by baddies. So if you're watching a movie now, and if you're watching a thriller, and you want to know who the bad guy is, you won't have an Apple phone.
Oh.
You'll have a Samsung or something in his hand, so you say, that's the killer. He's got a Samsung, not an Apple.
Right. Well, I think films basically, right, okay, films do that, right, okay. Writers have got to do that thing. Do you know what? Right, okay, we won't use their product at all.
Yeah.
That's what
they'll probably just ban all their product, right, okay. If we got to have a particular rule for their product, don't have it at all.
Yeah.
How would that work to Revenge of the Sith? So if Darth Vader if Anakin Skywalker had an Apple phone, but then became Darth Vader, he had a Samsung
phone. Dracula would give it to somebody else, wouldn't it? Say, I'm sorry, I can't use that.
It's like the film Face Off. How is that going to work?
So now you're going to be watching. Now you're going to be watching films and say, he's a bad guy. He hasn't got an Apple. Only the good guys are allowed apples.
Oh gosh.
That's daft, isn't it? Really?
I was on the news last night about it.
What a world we live in.
If any film's already produced it with an Apple phone or something like that, are they going, right, okay, we can't show that anymore.
Maybe
They're going to have to take that off screen or re-edit it or
re-edit it. Yeah,
I think people
cost millions, wouldn't it?
Well, no, it's a bit that. How they're going to work that? Because if you had a film like 10 years ago that had one of the original Apple phones, they can't swap it for a new Apple phone because it just wouldn't work.
yeah.
The daft things to think about.
Or they just have to grade out something. You know.
Pixelate it.
Shade it out. Yeah, pixelate it out.
Well, didn't they do that with cigarettes when they banned cigarettes on the TV? Old movies, the cigarettes don't got to be pixeled out.
Yeah.
Things are just ruining films.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think basically, don't do it to black and white. So if you do it to color, it'll be understandable.
Yeah.
That'd be very, very interesting edits.
These will be next.
Yeah. These have been. They've had a go at these already, and the thing is, they're much better than smoking.
Yep.
Yeah, they're much better for you than smoking. I mean, I dare say there is carcinogenics in these. Depends on what you use. You know, we don't use any flavorings. We don't use any of this cherry or out like that. You know, we just use a very low nicotine.
It's more regulated in this country.
Yeah.
Compared to like America and all that, because I know people that sell this stuff in the metro centre, and they were telling us about regulations in this country compared to other countries.
Yeah.
Very highly regulated in this country.
Yeah. We buy ours from a reputable company, you know, that sells them. You know, it's not a backstreet trader, so you know, and we don't buy any of this rubbish that's been mixed up, you know, in different mixes. We don't buy any of that, so. You know, we made the mistake when we first went onto these. We bought a Chinese copy of that type, actually. Chinese copy of that type, and you used to plug them into your computer, your laptop, on a wire to charge them up. And anyway, one day we was in the kitchen and we had one charging on a little table in the front room. Next to the settee, but it was on a little table on the laptop, and it exploded.
I've never seen one explode yet.
I tell you what, it is the most frightening thing going. There's a ginormous bang, and then there's flames everywhere, and it set fire to the carpet, it set fire to the settee. The laptop was all right, but the wire had gone, you know, and the battery was in millions of bits all over the room. And if we hadn't have been, you know, just in the kitchen, the whole house would have gone up. Yeah.
Doesn't bear thinking about, does it?
Yeah. So, but that was one of the very early Chinese ones when they first came out, and that must have been 7 or 8 years ago now, maybe more, 8 years ago, something like that.
I won't buy anything electrical from China at all.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's.
I was looking at like a neon on air sign.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, "Oh, that one's really good." I said, "I'm not buying from China. You just you don't know. You don't know if it's the correct voltage or anything like that at all." I said, "I will not buy anything electrical from China."
So VC or TV not built in China.
Yes, but it's gone past the CE mark.
That's the thing, isn't it?
So I think everything's new.
If not, I'll be going down to Curry's and complaining.
The thing is, with this virus, I don't think we'll be getting anything from China because A lot of electrical shops, places are saying they're not getting components to build things now.
Yeah. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Oh,
It's
it's
gonna
going to affect things.
It's going to whack their economy.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully try and rebuild it. They won't rebuild it with absolute loads of tosh.
Yeah. Loads of rubbish. Yeah.
Yeah. Close down these backstreet factories that are, sending this stuff out.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I watched one where this bloke bought an external hard drive off the internet, and he got it, and he said it felt really light and everything else like that. And basically, he opened it up, and inside was a USB stick.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, it was nothing like he ordered at all.
Oh, good God.
And he bought it from, and I think it was either Amazon or eBay, and he thought he was buying it, from a British seller, because that's what they do now. They claim the British sellers, but they're actually from China.
Yeah.
Only when you go to pay and you look at your receipt, do you think, hang on a minute, I haven't ordered anything from China, and you realise you actually have, but they've advertised themselves as British.
Oh.
Actually, sometimes you look, it says from UK, but if you scroll down their address, the Chinese address.
Yeah.
Scroll down and have a look. If their business is China, think, right, nope.
Yeah.
Ridiculous how they're trying to scam people.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, certainly is. Yeah. Oh well.
So happy leap day.
Yes, 29th.
Yeah.
29th tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah, there's only one every 4 years.
Yes, apparently that's so that the seasons align up properly.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't have it, the seasons wouldn't line up and you'd be having Christmas in summer.
Yeah. Eventually.
Yeah, apparently.
Eventually. Yeah, after so many hundreds of years, yeah. Yeah, well, all we've got to hope from here is that summer hurries up, don't we? We are a lot of moaning people when it comes to rain and what have you, but it's never stopped in the last 3 weeks, has it really?
So you still get flood warnings?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're about 4 weeks until the clocks change.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's my start of spring.
Yeah. We're due a flood warning this weekend, actually, Dave. We've probably only just got rid of it today from the canal at side of us. Well, I say at side of us, it's like 1/4 of a mile away. But there'll definitely be another flood warning from there. There'll be a flood warning from the river at the back of us because there's a spring tide due, and there'll be a flood warning from the river higher up the river, and there'll be a flood warning from the river that's at the north of us, and that'll come this weekend with this weekend's weather. So there'll be probably 4 flood warnings, but there'll be the lowest ones on the alerts, and it's if they get above that. If they get above an alert to a warning, then it becomes a problem. But generally, there's loads during these storms that we're having. We'll probably get.
Imagine Dave in a flood. I really could. Sod the house, get the bus.
Yeah.
Just
I've got my action plan in order now.
You keep your bus high up.
Christine, you're not going in the dinghy. The bus is going in the dinghy.
Yeah. Well, this is it's like 3 foot off the ground. So, and the other one's the same at the other side. That's 3 foot off the ground. So, yeah. So they're nearly there, but they'd be upstairs. They'd be the first things that we'd take upstairs. So, yeah. In actual fact, we was talking about the settee today. and saying that what's happened locally in Snaith, which is a village about 14, 16 miles away from here, Snaith and East and West Cowick, they have been suddenly flooded from the River Aire, and we say that there was actually a chart put on the internet, and this chart was a river chart, and it showed all the fluctuations of the river over a certain amount of days, and then all of a sudden this chart went like this, a great big spike of a flood, and then obviously Snaith, Gowdall and West Cowick and East Cowick were flooded, and then poor people have been flooded by a deluge of over 2 meters of water in less than 12 hours.
Oh.
And it's incredible.
My sister, before Christmas, she was going out on a night out, and she was going on a dark road, and she drove through a ford, which she didn't think was deep, but it was. So it cut all the engine out.
Yeah.
She had to be rescued by fire rescue. The car was written off and everything. And she was on the phone to her insurance company saying, right, I drove into a Ford. And they said, a Ford what? I drove into a Ford. Yeah, what make of Ford? No, a Ford in the road, a river. They didn't know what Ford was. She thought she'd driven into a Ford Escort or something. They gotta have the registration number of the Ford. You just not getting it. Google Ford. So yeah, the insurance company probably in some other country have never heard of a Ford in Britain and thought she's driven into another vehicle.
Well, if you knew the grid reference, right, go to them and say, right, okay, Google this reference. What do you see on Google Maps?
If you said a Ford, it's water, they'd probably think it's a new car.
Yeah.
Does the car run on water?
It's a waterfall.
I didn't know Ford had started doing a boat. But yeah, absolutely crazy.
Trouble is, though, admitting you've gone into a river Ford, they might insure you, but if I would have just stuck with a car, say, I hit a car, then you'll get your insurance money.
Yeah.
Let them think you've hit the car.
They say if it ever happens, the first thing you to do is wind down your windows, because as soon as your electrics go, that's it. And if you've got a car that is a self-locking car, as soon as you set off, you are not going to be able to open the door. You can't open the door anyway because of the current. So the first thing you do is put your windows down before the electrics kick out and get on top of your roof.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think if I lived in an area where
I always say, to be honest, with any kind of electric windows, I think they should still have a handle there, even if you pull out the handle and still turn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think.
Or provide above the door window a hammer.
Yeah.
I carry one of them anyway.
Yeah. Well,
do they have them on buses?
Yeah, you can. It's an orange little hammers about that big. Carry one of them in a car.
Life hammers. Life hammers, they're called. Yeah. In a car, in the seat backs of your car, you have the headrests.
Yeah,
now,
that's what you
pull them out, and on one end of the headrest spike that goes in the back of the seat, on one end, you'll see a sharp bit. And that sharp bit is so you can bash your windows in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I've heard that story before. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I watched one of these police programs once, and a modern car had broken down in the third right lane of a motorway, and they couldn't budge it because it had an automatic handbrake.
Yeah.
So when it broke down, it put its handbrake on, and they could not deactivate the handbrake in order to push it across the road.
Yeah.
So they had to do a full closure of the motorway down for an hour while they managed to get somebody to come and drag it across the road.
Yeah.
And they said, you know, there should be a fail-safe device where we can just sort it out straight away. But no, we're putting millions of lives at risk because of this car being in the right-hand lane of a motorway.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
It's crazy.
That's modern technology for you, isn't it?
I think that's Range Rover.
Probably like America. If that happened in America, they'll ban that car.
Yeah.
Until they fix that problem.
Yeah, they would. Yeah. I think it was a Range Rover actually that does that.
Saying that though, in America, they push vehicles forward anyway with their the police vehicles. They do it in Australia as well, so they just push it across the road, the car off.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, you're right.
That big bulldozer in front of the police cars.
Yeah. Well, they got banned in this country.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, well, this country's too soft for everything, man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a bit like electric cars. Yeah, fantastic, but you can't hear them coming.
Yeah.
No.
More people get knocked over.
Well, it's like, well, you can't exactly really, do the Kriegen cross code, can you? Stop, look, listen, because you can't hear them coming.
No.
And if an electric car's doing 70, 80 mile an hour, some idiot.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think they're going to put chips in them, the sound chips, aren't they?
Yeah, but there's not many pedestrians that listen anyway. They want to with headphones in anyway.
Well,
yeah. They're not going to hear them anyway, are they?
Or they're sitting holding the phone like that.
Yeah, they're not going to see them, are they? Because they're like that, yeah.
The amount of people I've seen are walking in front of buses and cars in the city.
Yeah.
Because they're too busy on the mobile phone up like that.
Yeah.
Can they blame the poor car driver? They start shooting at the driver for bleeping his horn, or
I think my biggest vein around here, and Dave will probably agree, cyclists.
Oh, terrible.
They don't follow the highway code.
Motorists never like cyclists. And I'm not a motorist, I don't drive. But I used to be a cyclist.
I don't mind cyclists if they stick to the highway code.
Oh, the what?
Thing is, you've got bus drivers that don't like cars. Cars don't like motorbikes or motorcycles or push bikes.
Yeah.
It's when they start riding side by side, which is against the highway code. They should be cycling in a single file on a live road. It's when they start doing that gets my back up, because then I can't pass. I've got to go all the way onto the side of the road. Yeah. So I don't mind cyclists if they stick to the highway code and they read the highway code.
You got to give them a bigger gap now, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Ridiculous.
Gone are the days you could drive past them and punch them.
Yeah.
I've done that on a motorbike. I think the stupid cyclist was being an idiot in front, so I drove past and went bang. Bye, you're in a ditch.
But I think that's just England for you.
Yeah. Man, Joe, I think they'll all have us riding push bikes, what they before much longer.
I'm not getting on a push bike.
What type of vehicle can get away driving bus lane?
Yeah.
Taxi.
Cyclists.
Cyclists can, yeah. Cyclists and taxis and buses. Yeah.
No, but taxis, if they've done it wrong, police can trace what they are.
Yeah.
Cyclists, you can't.
No, that's true. That's
Someone
true.
else on YouTube sent a picture him in the bus lane.
But where are you going to put a registration?
Cyclist in the bus lane.
Yeah.
Where are you going to put a registration plate on a push bike?
Yes, exactly.
On the radar.
That's the only way. Yeah. Where are you going to put a registration plate on a push bike? Do you ever remember the motorbikes when they used to have them on the front mudguard?
Yeah.
It would get knocked over by one there, you got sliced in half.
Yeah, because they stuck out, didn't they?
No, yeah, they went sideways, didn't they? So front
Yeah.
head you could see them. You could only see them sideways.
Yeah,
You know what made of metal and all. So
yeah,
if you got knocked out of a motorbike, you'll have got sliced in half.
yeah.
Yes.
Dangerous, weren't they?
I think, yes, there should be something brought out about pedal cyclists. Maybe they should be insured.
Yeah,
They'll never road tax them because they now don't road tax green cars.
yeah,
But that's the only thing. You can't put a registration plate on a push bike.
yeah.
If you did, it would be so small, it would be hanging off the back seat. You wouldn't be able to read it in anyway.
No, that's right.
But I think modern technology is going to be that good, they'll put a chip in.
Could put a chip in, yep.
And
Yeah.
if you go past something or do something, then it reads the chip.
Camera reading. Yeah,
Well, it's the same as these. These zones when you go to an estate, it's a 20-mile-an-hour zone. You got a 30-mile-an-hour zone. I think there should be a chip in every vehicle, so that when you go into a zone, you can't break the speed limit.
yeah, yeah.
You got your 30-mile-an-hour sign. It sends a thing out to the car to say 30, and you can't go above it.
Yeah. Well,
Technology is probably there to do it.
yeah, yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
Or you allowed to go above it, but you get a bill for the letterbox.
Yeah, yeah,
They don't do it. I think they don't do it because they make money off speeders.
yeah,
No, I mean, well, still chip the cars, but as soon as they go for a zone and they've gone for it too fast, you get an automatic bill for the post.
yeah, yeah. You could do, yeah, yeah,
Or just fit everybody's car with a black box,
yeah,
you know?
Yes.
But then you've got to look at the thing of what happens if it was an emergency.
yeah,
So what if, say, I don't know, you're driving through snow on the mowers and then blooming avalanche comes down.
yeah,
Sorry, I got killed because I couldn't go over the speed limit to get away from it.
yeah,
Yeah, but if you're in an urban area, not an urban if you're in the mowers and all that, the speed limit's about 60 or 70 in anyway, isn't it? On
60.
60. So it wouldn't have.
Yeah.
It's when you're in the built. I think it's when you're in the built-up areas and on housing estates where you get these young racers racing around, and that's when people get.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I could see that.
Let's say you had a car which is they're all chipped. Basically, you had a special number. You give your number over. So I had to do this. You put your speeding in, and why?
yeah,
Yeah. Well, see where modern
And basically,
technology takes us.
they would sort of like look at the weather. Right, okay, bad weather that day. Yes, could be.
Yeah, possibly.
And you said you had to speed because of an avalanche. Well, right, service comes in. Oh, along this road there was an avalanche.
It's like okay, I'm a non-driver. I don't know what you think on this, but I've heard this from other drivers. Why is the speed limit on a motorway 70 mile an hour when cars are now more sophisticated? You could probably do 80, no problems without.
Well, a lot of modern cars will do an awful lot more than that now, won't they?
Yeah, but as I say, modern cars now are a lot safer when these speed limits were put on motorways.
Yeah.
So why can a motorway not go up another 10 mile an hour, another maybe 15, 20 mile an hour?
They've not brought that up in line with the modern technology, have they?
Yeah.
But then again, they haven't put the road systems up to modern technology neither, have they? Because, you know, you think about these smart motorways, you know, a smart motorway is supposed to be the modern equivalent now of a motorway, where it moves traffic along far quicker.
As a non-driver, I don't know what these small motorways are.
Well, it's basically a motorway without an hard shoulder.
Is it?
Yeah. And of course, if you break down on the motorway now, you're in a live lane. You know, so obviously what's going to happen there and what does happen there? I mean, to me, it's a very, very dangerous scenario. You're going to break down in a live lane on a motorway. You know, you could always coast into an hard shoulder, no problem, on most instances.
What is supposed to happen is they're supposed to watch it on camera, and if that happens, they then close that lane down.
Yeah.
But there was an incident, it was in the news a couple of weeks ago, of the M1 being a smart motorway near Sheffield, where 2 men were killed because they didn't see that the car would break. Basically, they'd had a shunt, so they moved over to exchange insurance information. The camera didn't see that happen. They didn't shut down the lane, and an Arctic went into the back of them.
Yeah.
Killed them instantly.
Yeah.
So,
smart motorways are not the way to go.
No. Another thing, hard show is basically like if there's an accident, hard show is actually designed for emergency services to go down and get in front of the traffic and deal with the accident.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a cost-effective way of widening motorways, but without spending a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're doing away with a hard shoulder. That's a bit stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be honest, I'd tell the sat nav, try and avoid those sort of roads. If you have the option, no smart motorways.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it's unavoidable.
And let people wait. See, and if traffic is less traffic on that road, think, hang on, we made a mistake here.
If unfortunately that's the only road to get you from A to B, you've got to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. See, a lot of things now are designed for you to use them roads rather than take another, take the back roads and what have you. You notice now in towns and cities, they always have roads that used to be like cut-through roads or roads that, the local people would use or, people would use if they need to get somewhere quick. They've now put viaducts in, haven't they, on all these roads to slow you down.
Plus, close a lot of them off because they call them rat runs.
Yeah. And they've put tram tracks. Sheffield was a problem. Sheffield have put all the trams in, haven't they? And they've closed off a lot of roads in Sheffield that used to be, roads that got you into the city centre quite quickly. Now you can't.
Manchester's like that.
Yeah.
Problem is, has population stopped coming into that side? Right, okay. Oh, we don't go there. You can't get town centre.
Yeah.
How they mean that? Hang on, we're getting less people in now town centre than we did have.
Yeah, last time we went...
Thing is, I don't know about other cities, but they're starting to pedestrianise a lot in Newcastle.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't want cars in.
Yeah.
They'll make through roads for buses and all that, but the trouble is, it's they do all this, but they don't. Public transport needs a massive rehaul.
Yeah.
If they want people to use it more.
Yeah.
As I say, I use public transport a lot, and as I say, it costs me £104 a month to go to work.
I mean, that's an awful lot, isn't it? That's an awful lot.
Yeah. So public transport needs to be cheaper.
Yeah.
And more frequent.
Yeah, more cost effective. Yeah, definitely.
Well, the one of the only ways to do that to keep is trains.
Yeah.
They need to sort the trains out. I mean, they're saying now about opening up a lot of the old lines that got shut down in the 60s with the Beecham's report. So,
Yeah.
That is a cost-effective way of getting people from A to B, but what they've taken down, they've got to redo again.
Yeah.
Well, we have
that's basically spending money. Problem is now they got to recuperate that money. Problem is it depends how much the fares are going to be.
Yeah.
It's either what they do is they create okay.
We have a rapid transport.
You buy a yearly ticket, but you still pay travel on the train, but you get a reduced rate.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have the metro, which is a rapid transport system, but doesn't serve the west end of the city. We're paying for it on our rates.
It's okay saying that we'd have to pay for it, but they should go back to how they paid for it before. And it was a lot of the factories and the companies who would benefit from the rail line being put in. They were the ones that were putting up the money for the rail line to be built because they knew they could move their goods and whatever and their workforce easier on the railways. I remember when the Meltham Branch line was put in, David Brown's put in a lot of money into that railway to have it built because they knew they could get their tractors transported quicker out than they could, any other way of doing it.
By road, of course.
And that happened with canals as well. It was the factories that were building the canals to get their goods, quicker away.
Yeah.
And then it were coal companies as well. They were paying for the canals because they wanted to get their coal to factories in order to it to be used.
Yeah.
So go back to how it was done before.
Yeah, be much better, wouldn't it?
Mm.
Mind you, that's when England had some manufacturing to move around, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's a shame, but
sadly we don't now.
Well, we need to revive it.
Yeah.
And Dave, where you said you like rates you're paying for a certain service, but it's not in your area. Surely it should be the people who's got it. Problem is to get there, you need to pay extra money to get there to use that service.
Yeah.
Tightening we have transport system and we pay it on our rates, but it doesn't come up here. Doesn't come to other parts. Goes to they extended it to Sunderland before, and they never ever brought it to the West End in Newcastle.
It's more like when you get the rates. Excuse me, you should. What percentage that they're going to that? I should pay less than 10% what goes to them because we don't have that service.
Yeah.
And now they're talking about picking up the old Bedlington line and extending it into Northumberland, and Northumberland don't even pay towards it.
Oh, good God!
Some of the old lines that go up to Bedlington and all that, they're talking about picking them old lines up in the metro, and they've never paid towards the service. I was telling them we have metro system, not Northumberland.
Yeah,
but they don't. I just don't know who sits and does all these plans.
No, somebody behind the desk and somebody who knows nothing.
And I don't live in that area.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you look at sometimes bus timetables, like some stretches the buses can fly through, and other times they take ages because of the traffic.
Yeah.
Like the timetable is actually same time from 6 a.m. to midnight. From during those days, certain time of the day, you get a lot more traffic.
Well, I go to work in the morning. It'll take us about 45 minutes to get to work. When I'm an evening finish, I get the bus at 9:20, 20 minutes to get home.
Oh.
But it's traffic, isn't it? That's causing it.
Yeah.
Hey,
there's no traffic, hardly any traffic on the road at 9:20 at night compared to 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can't blame the bus companies for that.
No.
Yeah, but you can blame the bus company. You can blame the council for not putting in bus lanes.
Bus lanes, yeah. Or guided busways.
Mm.
So guided busways was the way forward at one time. And because it used to take the bus out of the traffic entirely. Because obviously a guided busway, you couldn't get a car down it.
No.
So,
I spoke to drivers of them, and they said it was the most unnatural feeling ever of 1 minute being in control of a bus, then the next minute you're going into a guided bus lane, and all you're using is your brake and your accelerator.
Yeah.
He said it's the most unnatural thing to happen.
Yeah.
And a lot of bus drivers don't like doing it.
Yeah.
But a lot of cities, Dave will probably remember this, a lot of cities were electrified. Newcastle had a massive trolley bus system.
Yeah.
All got pulled out for the diesel engine.
All the cities were, weren't they? Bradford, there was Leeds, there was Hull, all the cities were. London especially. London had a big trolley bus system.
Oh.
But they anticipated that, didn't they? Because when they decided to get rid of the tram lines for the trolley buses, they didn't take the tram lines up. They just covered them over.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if they were to bring them back, all they had to do was dig up the road and they were there, ready and waiting. Because I've seen parts of Huddersfield and stuff like that that's been dug up and the tram lines are still there and they still don't remove them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of places like Manchester that are putting in trams are actually using these tram lines that are already there for their trams.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's crazy. It's all still there.
It probably was far cheaper just tarmac it over, and it was, digging it all up and re-tarmacking it was just easier.
Yeah, it was just a tarmac it, yeah.
But yeah, what I love to see is I love to see potholes with the old cobble roads underneath.
Yeah.
The cobble roads are still there, doing their job, but the tarmac on top is gone.
It's rubbish, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It might have taken longer with a cobbled road, but at least it lasted.
Well, yeah.
Some places go even further. You'll probably find an old Roman road under that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the A15 strikes a chord with me. England's oldest road, the Roman road. The A15 to Lincoln, built by the Romans. It's as straight as an arrow. And, they knew how to build roads. Certainly did.
But the Americans have taken that on, haven't they? That's how they use their block service.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
Well,
do you know why all their roads were mostly straight?
I don't actually know.
What are you thinking about? Aircraft. Right, aircraft. Where can we land them? All roads straight line. Perfect.
Yeah.
The runway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were saying, what if they had all the pilots up in the air? How do they get them all down? If all the airfield's been bombed, well, nothing. Any road can be turned into.
Yeah, of course it can an airfield, yeah. Yeah.
That's you find why most of their roads is generally mostly straight, because then they could only use any road.
Yeah.
As a landing strip.
Yeah.
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 Well, I think we should say goodnight to everyone, because I think this is the longest stream I've ever done.
You've been on, what time did you start? 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock, yes.
8 o'clock, yeah. Yeah. So...
11.
Normally I finish about 9:30 or about that time.
Yeah. Well, we've had fun. We've put the world to rights.
Yeah.
So, Dave, what are you doing in your next stream?
I'm doing an update on the next stream, which is March the 8th, isn't it? March the 8th.
Not this Sunday, the Sunday after.
Yeah, not this Sunday, the Sunday after. be Fleetwood J this Sunday.
Yeah.
He's doing, I think he's either doing the Renault or the Fiat. Could be the Fiat, I think. And so, yeah, March the 8th. I'm doing an update on our bus. I'm hoping to get Christine. Because if you remember on my last stream, I showed Christine's bus of where it was up to. And I vowed that I would try and get mine up to Christine's. And I took on a challenge, didn't I? So let's see if I can do that challenge of where our bus was up to. And then I'm going to show several things. I'm going to show my Lancaster fuselage, which I built quite a while ago now, and some plans of the Lancaster, because I think it was Mrs. Lamb that was wanting to look at that.
Yes, my wife.
Several other people, and then I'll show and thank everybody for what they've given us over the last month or so. And you know, I've even got a little bit that's come along today, and I'll thank people for obviously that, and we might see, you know, bits of other things as well. I might build the Spitfire that I have, and I might put a little video out for that, and tell people what the plans are for that, and then so that'll be it basically. Just a bit of an update and a bit of a chat along. So yeah, you're welcome to come along.
Yeah, just drop us a link.
Yeah, we'll do.
I'm live this Thursday.
You're live this Thursday coming, yeah?
Yep.
So nearly
anybody's welcome to come on.
6 days time, isn't it?
Yes.
6 days time.
1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th of March, 8 o'clock.
We'll probably have Chris Camplin on Monday. We'll have Chris Davis on Tuesday.
I'm with Chris on Tuesday.
We'll have the Route Master show on Wednesday. We'll have Mark here on Thursday. Friday, will we have a Terminator?
Should be a Terminator.
Don't know at the moment because my issue 53 was not in the shop at the moment.
Right, so it's early days for that, really, isn't it?
Yes, it depends if I get the next 2 issues before next Friday.
Okay.
If you need us to do the instructions for you, just if you're going to go ahead, just send us a text.
Yes, certainly.
Very good. And then, which brings us on to next Saturday. I don't think there's anything next Saturday, a week on Saturday.
No, not at the moment, no.
But if there is, we'll try and let you know.
Is there any bills on Saturday now since Penny's not doing the tractor?
Not as far as I'm aware. You know, probably other YouTubers do bits and pieces that we watch.
Nobody from the people that's usually on these.
Nobody from the people that's usually on these at the moment, no. So I have heard from Alex, and Alex wants to definitely come back to streaming if he can, but he's undecided on which day. I think he's going to do a catch up on his bus, so which will be great. And then Penny does want to come back eventually, but she's having internet problems. So when she gets her internet sorted, she will be doing a catch up, and
so will she be picking up the Wednesday show again?
That I couldn't tell you. You'd have to have a word with Penny about that. But I do know that she does want to come back. So at some point. So yeah. Lots going off, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, I'll say good night.
Yeah, and I'll say good night. Thanks for watching. Give Adrian a nice good thumbs up, because obviously he deserves it. And so does Mark and Dave. And it doesn't matter about giving me a thumbs up. I ain't bothered.
And I'll say good night.
Thank you all for helping me out tonight, and good night all.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.